knees, thighs, your seat, your buttocks, where you're sitting down, making contact with your seat, belly and chest, your back. Keep your spine straight, but don't keep the muscles contracted. Let the back muscles relax, loosen them up. Loosen up the shoulders and arms all the way down to your fingertips. Relax the neck muscles, the front and the back, your scalp. Bringing your awareness to your forehead, relax. Get rid of those ankle, the worries, the puddles into anxiety. Make your forehead flat. Bring your awareness to the eyebrows, eyelids, nose, eyes, cheeks, temples, ears, jaw, chin, your lips, and the tongue. In your mind's eye, go over your whole body, starting with your toes, up the feet and legs, up your trunk, down your arms, neck, head and feet. And bring your awareness to your nose, tip of the nose, and watch your breath go in and out for a few seconds. Just watch your breath. Notice the temperature difference as it goes in and out. We're going to do 3 ohms after taking a deep breath in. Everybody take a deep breath in. Everybody focus on your toes, wherever you are. You're going to bend your toes. Down, up. Just the toes, not your ankles. Mind you, this is where total awareness at your toes. Down and up. Next time you're going to bend your toes, you're going to start your breath awareness, breathing and awareness. Breathe in with the toes up, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Next 3, I'm going to say in and out. You raise the toes up and down yourself. So you remember what you've done here today when you go home. In, out, in, out, in, out. See, it's very simple. What is she doing? Every movement is water. Moves the air, moves the energy in the body. So you're starting with your toes, so you're going down to the ankles. Ankles down, feet down at the ankle. Your awareness has to be all in the ankles. Forget the rest of the body. All you have at this point in time is your ankles. If you release your arms, those are sitting on the floor, you release the arms and put them on the thigh. But it just helps you to sit down and do the exercise at this point. At home, you can lean against the wall too. So go down, ankles at the ankle, feet down. Up. You're going to breathe in and out and down. Breathe in and out. In. All awareness at the ankle. Out. In. out, release. The next is rotation of the ankle. You can do one at a time in one direction, and the other direction, then the two together, the two away from each other. There are multiple combinations you can do with the ankle rotations. So we're just going to do, because we have very short time, I'm just going to do two ankles together. Everybody together, just watch me, you may not hear me. Two ankles, all the movement is at the ankle, rotating inwards. Toes meet, the toes go away, toes meet, go away, my breathing in and out. Breathe in when you go down and breathe out when you come up. If you do the reverse breathing, it doesn't matter. Breathe in and out, down, in, and out. So at home, you can do individually this way and that way. Total awareness of the ankle and breathe. Coordinate with the breath, because focus on the breath itself is meditation. The mind is a monkey. You think you're controlling the mind to sit for your rosary beads or my japmala, the mind is everywhere except for the mantra and focus. So the control of the mind is like a monkey. You really can't control it. And the rishis figured out that if you control your breath, you can control the mind. The mind is intricately, very intimately connected to the breath. So that is also, all of this is brought about by being focusing. This is where awareness comes in. Focus on whichever joint. The next joint we are going to do is the knee joint. Okay, one at a time. Everybody bend your right knee, those on the floor. Those on the chair, I'm going to show you what you should do. Put your chair up. Put it. Okay? Stretch it. All focus on the knee joint. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. You're breathing. I'm not telling you, but you are. Out. In. And out. You do repeat the same on the opposite side. Breathe in. Breathe in when you stretch. There is a reason for this. When you breathe out, you're bringing your knee close to the belly, just squeezing the belly, squeezes the air out. So you're trying to breathe in with the knee in. It's going to be difficult. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. You can do knee rotations, which also involves a certain amount of hip rotation. Hold your thighs this way. Make a circle. And again, you can breathe in as you go up, breathe out as you come down, breathe in and breathe out, in and out, and then gently release and breathe out. Next one, again. Yoga is about balance. Usually most of the asanas start on the right side, then they go on to the left side. This is all about balance. So again, circling, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, the other way, two different directions. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. In and out. Release. The next, we are going to go to the hip level. And when you're doing the hip, I'm going to do one of the ankles, because people on the floor, when we bend our knees, if I want to put my foot on my thigh, if I go like this, great. If I'm able to do no problem, but what happens is I can hear something in the knee joint. So what you want to do is you want to maintain the alignment of the knee joint, right? Bend your knee. Hold it. Just push it down. So you're keeping the knee joint closed. You're not letting it open, so there's no room for any internal movement. And then bring your foot across. Those who can do it on the chair, do. Otherwise, if you can't, do not bother. Just stay where you are and watch it. Okay? And then what we're going to do here is work on the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Hold your foot. Breathe in, Lakshmi. Hold your foot this way. Put your fingers, interlace your fingers with the toes. Okay? Hold the ankle with the other hand. And you're going to rotate your ankles gently. You're moving your ankle, which is easier than sitting. And this is okay, but if you move, it's a different feeling. You're stimulating different nadis. Okay? And then bring it the other way. You can do 10 rounds each, 20 rounds each, depends on how much time you have at home, and then coordinate it with the breath too. Keeping the foot where it is, we're going to do half butterfly, Ardha Tiddly, which moves on the, works on your hip joint. Press the ankle down, the knee down. You can do about 25, if you're able to go fast, you can do 25, 50, whatever your body permits then. Okay? And then once you stop there, stop for a minute. Next what we're going to do is called Shroni Chakra. This is a Sanskrit name, basically it means relaxation. So just watch me. Bringing your leg up, down, and the weight is rotating your hip. Down and up. Your ankle is sliding across your thigh, very small. And then the opposite. Pressing on the belly too at the same time, and it comes up and breathing in and breathing out. People on the floor, slide the foot out, get the knee up, straighten, bring the knee back, up and straight. You're doing this because when you have bent in different ways, the alignment changes here, you want the alignment back to normal. Okay? And we'll do the same thing is done on the other side. Again, for people on the floor, we are going to do the full butterfly, or the Purna Tiddly Asana. Again, to do it, in order to keep the alignment right in the knees, bend the knees together, drop them down, keep your feet together. Okay? You can support yourself and then just flat the knees. Again at home, depending on whatever time you have, you can use 20, 50, any number of butterflies. Okay? The next, sitting down here, you can just press down with your elbows. Release and come up. Now bring the knees together. Stretch them. Bending again. And stretching. So the alignment is right. So we have come up to the hips. Next we're going to do, starting with the fingers. Lakshmi and breathe. Make a fist. Release. Continue to make a fist and release. Make a fist, release, breathe in when your hand is open and breathe out when you make a fist. So do it about 3 times. The next exercise is going to be, or the next asana, they all have names. Mushtikasana. The next one is at the level of the wrist. Without moving the fingers. Arms out at shoulder level. Hand down, up. All focus on your wrist. Okay? Because you're done with your fingers, so this is down, up, breathe in, breathe out. In, out, in, out, and release. The next asana we are going to do is the wrist rotation. So everybody hands out, right fist, rotate. what, when you do this rotation, you should do in such a way, we're rotating our elbows, our shoulders, everything. So the entire rotation has to be really at the wrist. So if I were to put a coin on my wrist here, it should not fall. That is what you want to do. So basically, you hold your wrist to the right, up, to the left, down. That is the movement. What happens is when I say rotate the wrist, we are all going like this. It's normal. It's perfectly normal. That's what I did until I was so wrong. So it should be such, if I put this and do this, the arm, this is gone. So at home, this is what you do. The wrist rotation without dropping the coin. Okay? And again, you can do many combinations at home. In one direction, the other direction. Next will be the elbow. Arms out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. All focus on your elbow. Nowhere else. All you have is elbows. In. Out. Release. Down. We're going to work on the shoulders. A lot of people have shoulder issues. So anyone, yoga should be such that it's a mild stretch. You can do it in a mild stretch. Never any pain, never shooting pains, no tingling numbness, no burning. That is how yoga should be. If anything hurts, you're not doing it. So reassess your body. Okay? Now we're going to make, pretend that you're going to make circles with your elbows. Yeah, okay. I will demonstrate. Big circles. Breathe in as the elbow goes up. Breathe out as you come down. In as you go up. Out as you come down. And then you do the opposite way. Breathe in from the up. Breathe out when you come down. Breathe in and breathe out. So these are really simple exercises for the entire body. Now you come up to the neck, and I would advise that anybody with neck problems, vertigo, do not do this. Very simple. Essentially, you bend your neck gently, straighten it up. Very little tilt in the back. If you do extreme tilting, you may get dizzy if you have issues. So that is up and down. The other one is to the right, center, to the left. You breathe in the center, breathe out to the side, breathe into the center, breathe out to the side. And then breathe in and out to your side, breathe in and out to the side. So this will complete practically all the joints from your toes to the top. You can do this, some of these in bed, but I wouldn't advise get off the bed, put a mat or sit on the chair and do all this. If you do with total awareness and focus on your breath, you are going to be way ahead of a whole lot of people. And you won't see the difference. Yoga is not quantifiable. You will see one day, say, aha, something has changed in my life. I don't think that way anymore. It cuts out the clutter in the mind. It gives you focus, it gives you direction, it gives you clarity of thought. Now, we are going to do Surya Namaskar, which is sun salutation. And the sun was the visible divinity to the ancients. That was the only thing they could see. It gives you heat, gives you light, makes everything grow. It's wonderful. If the sun never came up, I think the life would be gone. The planet will die. So sun salutation was the adoration of the sun, and they coordinated with the breath, with the mantras, with the focus on different chakras in the body. So it was a whole, more than a worship. It was the body, the mind, your awareness, and mantras are basically vibrations. Okay, everything started with the dot, the bindu, which when vibrated produced the sound, and so on and so forth. So we are going to demonstrate, three of us are going to do Surya Namaskar. We will all be doing differently because we all have our own agility, our own flexibility, our own health issues. So, but it's going to be, this is what you're going to see, okay? And people on the chair, I think I would just observe, and people on the floor, if you've done it before, do it. If you have not done it before, I advise you not to do it because you can go home with a backache or some other ache or pain, okay? Now you see what's happening. I have a backache, so I have come here with my big belt. So you have to be aware of what you can do, what you cannot do. And I've been advised by my daughter not to do Surya Namaskar. I'm going to attempt it anyway. So today she said, you have a backache, don't do it today. I said, no problem. That's why I had the belt on all this time. We will just do the steps. Namaskarasana, Namaskar. Arms up in air. Okay? I won't talk, just watch. Right leg back. Left leg back. Dharmasana. Sashtan Namaskar. Svanasana. Left leg to the front. Asana. Go into Pranasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Namaskar. Namaskarasana. Always balance. The right side, you go to the left side. Namaskarasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Left leg back. Asana. Right leg back. Dandasana. Going down. Sashtan Namaskar. Into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. That is the upward dog. Going into the Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or the down looking dog. Right foot in front. Left leg to the front. Anasana. Arms up in air. Urdhvasana. Namaskar. Those of you who did it, you need to go through every single day. It circulates the energy. It circulates the energy, you don't even know what happens to it. It really gives a tremendous push. And then rest, Shavasana. So all the people on the mat are going to do Shavasana, lie down on the mat. And everybody on the chair will do what we did earlier, into Chinmudra.
What about the breathing all this time?
No time. No time to explain any of this. That's why I'm doing very quickly. And I had no time to say do this, that, that. We are out of time. So we're just going to do, close our eyes, hands in Chin Mudra, the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index finger touching, making a circle, arms on the lap, roll your shoulders back and down, be very comfortable. And people on the floor, just completely relax, your feet apart about a foot, hands away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. Eyes closed. Just let go of any tension and worries. Let the earth support you. The gravity will support you. Bring your awareness to your toes. Relax them. Relax your feet, ankles, legs, knees, thighs, hips, pelvis. All the organs in the pelvis. Don't hold any tension in. Let go. Completely relax. Relax the belly and the chest and all the organs inside. Relax your entire back, all the way up to the neck. Loosen up the muscles in the neck, in the front and the back. Shoulders, down the arms to the fingertips. Relax your scalp, entire face. Completely let go of any tension, worry, aches, and pains. Take your awareness to the sounds that you can hear. Sounds in the room, it's just a sound, don't label it. Sounds in the room, close to you, further away from you, and sounds far away, in the distance, as far as possible. Like a radar, let your awareness go from one sound to the next sound. Seek out the sounds. They are just sounds, far, far away. And let your awareness come closer to you, closer to the sounds, close to the building, in the room, close to your own body. Sounds in your body. Sound of your breath, sound of your heartbeat, circulation. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose and your breath going in and out. Bring your awareness to your belly and chest, moving with the breathing. And bring your awareness to your fingers and toes, and move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms and legs. Stretch all the way from your toes to the tips of your fingers. Rub your palms together. Rub your palms together really good, and then cup your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are still closed. Feel the warmth in your eyes. Open your eyes into your palms. Take in all the prana from the palms through your eyes into the body. All the energy that you generated. And then gently wipe your face, head, shoulders, chest, arms. And people on the floor, roll over to your right side with your knees bent. Bend your knees and then roll over to the right side. Stay there for a couple of breaths. And then slowly come into a sitting position. We are going to finish this session with 3 Oms. Everyone close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Shanti. And I want to thank the Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh for giving this great opportunity to share these experiences with you, and Swami Vivekananda for bringing it all here. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhatt. It was wonderful. And just a token of our appreciation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And of course, our next session is going to be a question and answer session with none other than Tao Porchon. She's already here. And we'll be starting that session in just 3 minutes. Just give us a time to make few arrangements. Thank you so much. So namaste everybody. We're about to start our final session for the day in the yoga room. Ask the yoga master, question and answer with yoga master Tao Porchon Lynch. Give her a big hand. Master yoga teacher, 95 years young, Tao has trained and certified hundreds of yoga instructors since founding the Westchester Institute of Yoga in 1982. Tao has over 70 years of yoga practice and more than 45 years of teaching yoga to students in India, France, and the US. She has made over 25 trips to India with her students because she believes that such visits offer enlightenment about the true spirit of yoga. Tao continues to teach workshops at many different yoga centers. So to start with, Tao will be doing a small meditation thing, and then we'll be starting the question answer session. So Tao, everybody.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be invited here, and I would like you to do something. Not enough? Not enough? This way. I'm never able very good to talk into a microphone. In 95 years, I haven't learned yet. So can you hear me better now? Good. I know you're going to ask me questions. And just before we start, I would like us to tune in to the very person who is celebrating his birthday 150 years ago. He came to America. Also, just a few years after that, I met with somebody else that I loved very dearly, and that was Mahatma Gandhi. Through my uncle, I marched with Mahatma Gandhi in 1929 and 1930. So you can see how old I am. In any case, he was searching, Vivekananda was searching for the truth that belonged to everyone, not just a few. And so, if you will, just hold in silence. If you like, bring your hands in Jhana Mudra, thumb and first finger together, and place them on top of your knees. As you shut your eyes, try and listen to the energy of life, the life force moving upwards, and experience that oneness with everyone in this room. For everyone in this room unites with the breath of life, the breath of the eternal. It's within us, it's around us, and through us, without beginning, without end. So breathe in and focus between your eyebrows, and just know that the answer to all your questions is probably not from me, but from within your own self. Thank you all very much. Namaste.
So of course, we have quite a few questions for Tao. And the first one goes, do you have any mantras that help you stay positive and keep things in perspective?
Any mantras? I think there's only one that I really appreciate and use most of all. It's the sound of Om. The sound of Om radiates from every country. In this country, it's also Shanti, meaning peace. So where there is peace, there's also that oneness within everyone in this room.
Thank you. The next question is, what are the changes that take place before you start realizing the benefits of yoga?
I think quietness of the mind and spirit. Just know that if you're getting up early in the morning, Start the day off knowing it's going to be the best day of your life. Tune in just to the oneness. Tune in to listening in to your own thoughts. And don't let anything negative start the day with you. For whatever you put in your mind materializes. So only think of the positive things that are there and join up with that. Nothing else really changes unless you're at one with the universal spirit.
Wow, what a wonderful answer. The next question is, through yoga, we control our minds. Can mind or consciousness has any existence outside the scope of brain or body?
Didn't understand that.
Through yoga, we control our minds. Can mind or consciousness has any existence outside the scope of brain or body?
The mind is a wonderful place, a wonderful thing, but it can be the driver and drive you into a lot of ridiculous problems. Know that within you is a better power, that you can tune into it. It's at one with you. And when we say, can it change us? Yoga does change us. Yoga gives you peace, not only peace of mind, but it also gives you the strength to know that everything's possible in your life. So when you have this positive feeling, you can start your own day knowing that there's nothing you cannot do. And don't procrastinate. So mind often makes you procrastinate and look later, putting off tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. So I feel that whatever you have to do, try and start it off today, but make it very positive. Make it something you really want beautifully in your lives. And whatever you put in your mind, remember, it materializes.
That is so true. So these are the questions I already had, and now I'll like to open it to the audience. Anybody has any questions, just raise your hand and we'll give the mic to you to ask the questions.
Hi, I'm honored to meet you. You are my hero. And I would like to know, who are three of your heroes?
I'm awfully sorry, I'm a little slow because I had an accident and I knocked my hearing out, so it's a little bit hard. Forgive me.
So she would like to know, who are three of your heroes?
My hero? Oh, I have several. Let me see. One of my heroes was Mahatma Gandhi. The other of my heroes was Swami Prabhupada. I was with him a long time. Another one was General de Gaulle and Nehru. I met Nehru, and I always was so intrigued with the way he wrote so positively for freedom of the world. Those are my heroes.
Anybody else? Questions? Wonderful.
Hi, Tao. I know that you grew up in India. Were you born there? And could you tell us a little bit about your early days in India?
Yes. I come from Pondicherry, which was a French colony, just south of Chennai, which was previously called Madras. And I was brought up by my uncle because my mother died at birth. And so actually, I was brought up in Pondicherry, and this is where I met Aurobindo, I met Holy Mother, I met Tagore through my uncle. He was sort of well known, particularly building railways all over the world. So he took me to many of these places and taught me one thing: never ask anyone to understand you, always try and understand them. And back to truth is one. Sages call it by many names. That's the...
Great. Next person.
Hi. I read a book on autobiography by Yogi, by Paramhans Yoganand, and in there he mentioned something about Kriya Yoga. I would like to understand what Kriya Yoga means and how is it practiced. Kriya Yoga.
He read the book Autobiography of a Yogi, and Paramhans Yogananda in that book talks about Kriya Yoga. So he would like to know what Kriya Yoga is.
What kind of yoga? Kriya Yoga. I think I would I'd leave that. There's so many different types of yoga, and many of them are very good. And whichever one that is best for you, you will find out very quickly. Just know one thing: no matter which one you choose, make sure that, like Patanjali says, the breath of life is the most important path to lead you to where you are going. So if you're talking about Kriya Yoga, I think you are on the right path. You have chosen your path, and this is very good. The only thing, any kind of yoga that I'm a little bit against is what they call hot yoga. And that is very ridicule, because the person who started it came from Calcutta. And they started doing yoga in the morning at 90 degrees. But they didn't shut people in a room and turn up the heat and kill off people. No, they breathe the air outside. So this is, you can get hot doing yoga, but not that kind of hot. So I must say that that's the only one I don't appreciate. The other one.
Hi, Tara. I'm just curious, what type of yoga do you practice?
It's a little bit like me. It's all mixed up. I've been searching for many years of why I'm on this planet. And as I go along, quite frankly, I've learned so much. And I was one of the first 3 girls who studied with B.K.S. Iyengar. I also studied with Pattabhi Jois. Sorry. Pattabhi Jois was noted particularly for the breath, and he would really work everything he did through the breath. And I love this because I felt that it was something inside of me that was understanding what life was all about. With Iyengar, I like him only because of his alignment. His alignment is good. And this is very important when you're doing yoga. Unlike, when you're doing gymnasiums where you're going up, down, out, like this. I can do that when I'm dancing, but not when I'm doing yoga. But so mine is a combination of that. And also I studied with the Maharaja of Mysore, who actually helped Iyengar and Pattabhi Jois start their teaching. So I've been with 3 different people. But most of all, I learned from my students. My students are like jewels. When I'm learning, I find out. I always tell them, don't be scared to ask me a question. If I know it, I can tell you. If I don't, I can tell you that too. So it's very important not to get stuck with just one style, but to know that I haven't grown up yet, and I don't intend to. So that's the reason.
My question is about growing up. You're 95 and gorgeous. I imagine you've always been gorgeous. What is your secret?
Sure. Can you just could you repeat it for me? I'm
Yes.
so sorry.
She wants to know, you're 95 and you're so gorgeous, so what's the secret?
What is this? No, I smile at the world. I don't procrastinate, but tomorrow never comes. 1 minute after midnight is already today. I know that there's nothing I cannot do, for I believe that if there is something in this world, if there is a God, then he's not just somewhere out in space, but right inside of me. And if he's there, then all the power in this universe and beyond is already within me. So I'm protected, and I can start knowing that nothing is impossible. And I believe that sincerely.
So we have time for one more question. Anybody?
Since you have practiced yoga for so many years and have so many students, there's a lot of recent evidence through yoga practice, like 35% of yoga injuries. So what would be your advice for yoga practitioner, how to prevent those injuries from extended yoga or hyperextension?
I apologize.
She would like to know, how can you prevent yoga injuries when you're doing yoga, some hyperextensions, etc.? So how can we prevent injuries, because there are quite a few injuries that happen?
It's a very good question, and a very truthful one. When a teacher is teaching yoga, first of all, he must look at his class, and not everyone is built the same. You cannot tell everyone to do the same thing, exactly the same. For instance, my husband used to call me a dandy long legs with a hat on top, because I'm all legs. But there are people who are long waist and everything, and you can see it now in many of the clothes that are made. So what I can tell one and what I can tell another, I have to modulate it. I must look at my students first and not say this is the only way to do it. There are other ways of getting people into it. And I have a wonderful student, even in this room, and I call him my Maharaja because he comes with the biggest smile on his face, and that's yoga. And he works so hard, and he's doing everything so beautifully. I'm very proud of him. Like I'm very proud of every single one of my students who is not scared to come up and work with me. Thank you all.
So I know we would like to keep asking questions and make Tao keep answering the questions, but since we're about to start the concluding ceremony, so we'll have to end this session, and I would like to thank Tao for sharing so much wisdom with all of us, and I know all this wisdom can make a big difference in our lives. So thank you, everybody, but this is not the end of Tao's session, as I would like to mention that in the concluding ceremony, we'll be felicitating Tao today, and she's going to speak on power of yoga. So please join us in the concluding ceremony, which starts at 5 o'clock. So we'll end this session, and everybody can move to the auditorium, where we have the great opportunity to keep on listening to her one more time. Thank you.
May I just say one more thing?
Definitely.
Just say one more thing. I have 2 hip replacements. I have broken my wrist, And they have just taken a rod out of here, and all they were telling me about all the things I couldn't do. I'm not interested in what I can't do. I'm only interested because I know there's nothing I can't do. And when you get to that, you know the verb can. We can fruit and vegetables, but when you're doing yoga, it's to be able. So put the verb to be able. I'm able to do this. Nothing's going to stop me.
Thank you so much, Tao. You're such an inspiration. And everybody, one final time, give her a big, big hand. Thank you. So everybody will see you in auditorium. And one more thing. As soon as the concluding ceremony is over, please join us for dinner. Dinner is sponsored by HSS. Thank you.